breathe. Draw your quiet, heavy awareness entirely away from the loud, demanding voices of the physical room and let it sink deeply, perfectly into the absolute, unshakable silence of your own chest. Take a very slow, profoundly deliberate breath in. Feel the cool, invisible air expanding the vast, untouchable sanctuary of your physical vessel. And as you release the breath, let the exhausting, agonizing urge to explain yourself to the external world completely and utterly fall away from your tongue. There is a magnificent, undeniable, and deeply purposeful reason that this exact frequency has found you today. You did not click on this transmission by accident. You were not brought to this exact coordinate in space and time by the random algorithms of a computer. The immense, inescapable intelligence of the unified field, which is simply the flawless, unbroken extension of your own divine consciousness, has perfectly, magnetically pulled you into this quiet room to issue a final, absolute command. If you are hearing the steady, grounding cadence of my voice right now, it is a profound cosmic intervention. It is the absolute confirmation that your old timeline is entirely dead, but you are currently exhausting your life force, trying to convince the ghosts that you have moved on. You have done the beautiful, breathtaking work. You mastered the internal sanctuary. You stood as the unmoving mountain during the 3D purge. You dropped the heavy map of calculations, and you completely expanded your physical vessel to perfectly hold the massive, blinding light of your answered prayer. You are standing firmly, undeniably upon your new timeline. But as you stand in the absolute majesty of your new reality, wearing the heavy crown of your own creation, you are encountering one final, incredibly stubborn illusion. It is the illusion of the other. As you quantum leap into this magnificent wealth, this profound peace, or this new, unshakable identity, the physical cast of characters in your 3D reality, your friends, your family, your colleagues, and society at large, may suddenly seem to rebel. They look at your new timeline and they react with doubt, with criticism, with subtle mockery, or with outright fear. They refuse to acknowledge your crown. They constantly remind you of who you used to be, and they desperately try to project their own dense, unconscious limitations onto your magnificent, expanding world. The uninitiated creator looks at these people and instantly panics. The exhausted character of the old paradigm believes that human beings are entirely separate entities, completely disconnected from the source. And so the old character argues. They defend their vision. They lower their frequency and desperately try to convince the 3D people that their new reality is real. They drain their godlike power trying to negotiate with the mirror. I am here to tell you an ancient, breathtaking truth that instantly, permanently shatters the illusion of the external world. Separation is a lie. There is no one else in the room. The people speaking to you are not independent forces working against your manifestation. They are simply the lagging, mechanical echoes of your own past doubts. They are phantom figures perfectly echoing the exact frequency of the dead timeline you just collapsed. You are the only consciousness operating in your reality. Everyone else is simply you, pushed out. If your beautiful, weary spirit recognizes the profound, staggering relief of this deeply needed realization, if you are entirely ready to permanently stop arguing with the shadows and step into the absolute, unshakable sovereignty of the silent monarch, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Let this simple action serve as a silent, eternal vow to yourself. A promise that you will never again lower your frequency to convince a phantom of your crown. Leave a like on this transmission to physically anchor this unbroken, stoic detachment into your current timeline. And in the sacred sanctuary of the comments below, cast your unshakable decree into the unified field. Type these exact words. I do not argue with the echo. I hold the frame. Rest entirely in this exact moment. You do not need to defend your reality. You only need to inhabit it. Draw your profound, heavy awareness entirely back from the chaotic, overlapping voices of the external world and let it sink deeply into the absolute, unshakable center of your own chest. Take a very slow, deeply intentional breath in through your nose. Feel the cool, invisible air expanding the quiet, untouched sanctuary of your physical vessel. And as you let the air simply fall away, consciously release the invisible, exhausting tension you have been holding in your jaw. Let your shoulders completely drop. Let the heavy, metallic grip of feeling misunderstood or opposed by the people around you dissolve completely into the earth beneath you. You have recognized the profound, breathtaking reality of the phantom figures. You have remembered that the urge to argue with the 3D mirror is a trap, designed to lower your frequency and pull you back into the dead timeline. But to completely master this interpersonal sovereignty and step into the absolute godlike immunity of the Creator, we must entirely dismantle the greatest, most convincing lie the physical world ever told you. We must examine the exhausting, profound illusion of separation. Since the exact moment your beautiful, infinite spirit entered this third density construct, the unconscious architects of the world have taught you a devastating fiction about the nature of reality. They taught you that you are a solitary, isolated point of consciousness trapped inside a physical body, surrounded by billions of other solitary, disconnected points of consciousness. They convinced you that these other people have their own entirely separate free will, their own random agendas, and the power to independently disrupt, deny, or destroy the beautiful reality you are trying to build. They built an entire matrix upon the frequency of victimhood. They taught you that if a friend doubts your new business, if a family member mocks your new peace, or if society rejects your new identity, it is because you are at the mercy of their independent opinions. And so the exhausted character spends their entire life trapped in a desperate, exhausting negotiation. They manipulate, they people-please, they argue, and they constantly shift their own shape, desperately trying to perfectly arrange the others so they can finally feel safe. But I want you to listen to the ancient, quiet truth vibrating beneath my words, a truth that immediately, permanently shatters the dense matrix of separation. There is no other. There is only the absolute. There is only the source, and you are that source experiencing itself from this specific, magnificent coordinate. The 3D physical world is not a crowded room of disconnected strangers. It is a single, unified, unbroken consciousness. It is a seamless, incredibly advanced holographic projection of your own internal state. I want you to visualize the physical people in your life, your loved ones, your co-workers, the strangers on the street, not as separate entities, but as actors on a massive, perfectly orchestrated stage. You are the director. You are the writer. You are the lighting technician, and you are the only audience member. When you hold a frequency of absolute wealth, profound peace, or unshakable confidence, the unified field instantly hands a script to the actors in your life. It perfectly composes their words, their actions, and their deeply held opinions to flawlessly reflect your internal command. They will celebrate you, they will elevate you, and they will confirm your reality, completely unaware that they are simply mirroring your own unyielding state. But when you quantum leap, when you claim a staggering new reality, there is often a brief, quiet moment where the echo of your old doubts, Your old fears and your old identity still lingers in the deepest chambers of your subconscious mind. And the universe, being the flawless, unbending mirror that it is, must outpicture those lingering doubts. It assigns those lingering doubts to the actors in your physical world. That family member who suddenly questions your new path, they are not an independent force working against you. They are simply an actor, wearing a familiar mask, perfectly reciting the exact lines of doubt your own subconscious mind handed them. That friend who projects fear onto your massive new wealth, they are simply the physical manifestation of the tiny fraction of fear you still hold within yourself. They are phantom figures. They are perfectly, mechanically obeying the script you are unconsciously broadcasting. When you finally realize this breathtaking, staggering truth, the entire game of the 3D matrix collapses. You instantly stop being angry at the mirror for casting a reflection. You completely stop arguing with the actor for reading the lines you wrote. You realize that to change the behavior, the opinions, and the actions of the entire world around you, you never have to lift a single finger in the physical realm. You never have to explain yourself. You only have to shift the source. You only have to shift yourself. Breathe this immense, elemental reassurance completely into your physical vessel. Feel the heavy, gorgeous release of knowing you never have to convince another human being of your majesty ever again. You are not at the mercy of a crowded room. You are the only power in the universe. Draw your profound, quiet awareness entirely away from the frantic, demanding voices of the actors on the stage, and let it sink deeply back into the absolute, unshakable safety of your own expanding chest. Take a very slow, deeply intentional breath in through your nose. Feel the pure, blinding light of your infinite solitary power entirely filling the vast, newly cleared space within your physical vessel. And as you release the breath, let the exhausting, heavy burden of needing the physical world to understand you completely and utterly dissolve into the earth beneath you. You have recognized the profound illusion of the separate, independent other. You have remembered that the 3D world is simply a unified, unbroken holographic projection of your own internal state, and you have entirely surrendered the exhausting game of arguing with the mirror. But as you stand in the absolute, quiet majesty of this new, sovereign isolation, we must address exactly why the physical cast of characters in your life seems to suddenly rebel the moment you claim your highest timeline. We must completely redefine the friction you are experiencing with your loved ones, your friends, and the dense society around you. To completely master the phantom figures and permanently anchor your answered prayer into the 3D world, you must understand the ancient, flawless mechanics of the rebellion. I want you to visualize the dense, exhausted character of the old paradigm. When this character attempts to quantum leap, when they finally declare that they are wealthy, peaceful, and entirely sovereign, the people closest to them suddenly begin to act out. A lifelong friend suddenly becomes distant or critical. A family member suddenly projects massive anxiety onto their new business venture. A romantic partner suddenly mirrors their deepest, most hidden insecurity. The old character looks at this rebellion and instantly panics. They believe that the universe is testing them, or worse, that the others are right, and the new manifestation is doomed to fail. They lower their frequency, they step off their throne, and they begin to violently defend their choices to the very people who are simply echoing their old doubts. But you are a master, and the master knows the absolute, undeniable law of quantum mechanics. The densest matter takes the longest time to shift. When you completely rewrite the script of your life in the unseen void, the unified field instantly begins to rearrange the physical world to match your command. But the 3D world is heavy. It is governed by the illusion of time and space. There is a mechanical lag between the moment you change the script and the moment the actors on the stage finally learn their new lines. The people closest to you, your family, your deep friendships, your long-term partnerships, are the densest, most deeply entrenched mirrors in your entire holographic projection. You have spent years, perhaps decades, unconsciously training them to view you as the old character. You handed them a script of limitation, and they have memorized it perfectly. When you suddenly quantum leap, you are ripping the old script out of their hands. During that mechanical lag, before they have fully downloaded the new frequency of your wealth or your absolute peace, they will experience a sudden unconscious friction. They will feel the old timeline collapsing, and because they do not understand what is happening, they will instinctively recite the only lines they know, the lines of doubt, fear, and limitation you used to believe about yourself. They will rebel. They will project their fears onto you. They will try to drag you back down to the old familiar frequency simply because the old frequency was the only script they knew how to read. This rebellion is not a failure of your manifestation. It is the absolute, staggering, undeniable proof that your old timeline is entirely, permanently dead. It is the extinction burst of the old reality. The phantoms are screaming because they are evaporating. When a family member doubts your new path, you must not view it as an attack. You must view it as the last, lingering gasp of your own past limitation, desperately trying to survive in a vessel that is no longer hospitable to it. They are doing you a profound, beautiful service. They are showing you exactly where you still hold a fraction of a percent of doubt so that you can finally, permanently, completely let it go. You must stop fighting the rebellion. You must completely stop taking the actions of the unconscious actors personally. When the people around you panic at your new light, you must view them with the profound, unshakable compassion of a director watching an actor struggle with a new scene. You do not argue with them. You do not explain the script to them. You simply hold the unblinking gaze, and you allow them the mechanical time that they need to catch up to your new, magnificent reality. Breathe this immense, elemental sovereignty completely into your physical vessel. Feel the heavy, gorgeous release of knowing you never have to take the opinions of the 3D cast personally ever again. You are not being attacked. You are simply watching the old world pack its bags. If this profound realization is rewriting the very architecture of your relationships, replacing the anxiety of rejection with the staggering thrill of absolute detachment, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Let this deliberate action serve as your physical anchor to this new, unbroken reality of godlike observation. Leave a like on this transmission to physically signal your absolute, expanded immunity to the unified field. And in the sacred, quiet sanctuary of the comments below, cast your unshakable decree into the collective consciousness. Type these exact words. I bless the rebellion, and I watch the old world fade. Rest entirely in this magnificent, unyielding space. You are completely safe. The actors will learn their new lines soon enough. Allow your physical vessel to soften even further. Draw your quiet, heavy awareness down, away from the loud, frantic rebellion of the fading 3D cast, and let it rest entirely in the gentle, unbroken, absolute stillness of your own center. Take a very slow, deeply intentional breath in through your nose. Feel the cool, expanding air filling the magnificent, infinite space within your chest. And as you let the breath simply fall away, release the final, lingering memory of the Matrix's demand for an explanation. Let the exhausting, agonizing need to defend your own answered prayer completely and utterly dissolve into the earth beneath you. You have recognized the profound, unshakable mechanics of the phantom figures. You have remembered that the sudden friction from your loved ones and society is simply the extinction burst of your old timeline. You have permanently shattered the illusion that you are under attack. But as you stand in the absolute quiet majesty of this realization, surrounded by actors who are desperately trying to recite their old lines, we must address exactly how you behave in their presence. We must completely redefine your physical response to the lagging mirror. To permanently collapse the illusion of the other and master the physical plane, you must learn the ancient, breathtaking art of the silent monarch. I want you to visualize the dense, exhausted character of the old paradigm. When this character is confronted by a doubting friend, a critical family member, or a society that demands they shrink back down, the old character instantly steps off their throne. They enter the mud. They use their physical voice to argue. They desperately lay out their plans. They logically explain their new wealth. They justify their new peace, and they exhaust their precious life force trying to convince the 3D projection that they are worthy of the reality they just commanded. But you are a master now, and the master knows the absolute, undeniable law of quantum mechanics. To argue with the mirror is to confirm that the mirror has power over you. When you explain your crown to a phantom, you are validating the phantom's existence. You are dropping your magnificent, godlike frequency down into the dense, chaotic vibration of doubt, simply to have a conversation with an echo. I want you to visualize the monarch sitting upon their throne. When the court jester or the fearful villagers approach the throne and demand that the monarch justify their rule, the monarch does not stand up. The monarch does not raise their voice. The monarch does not hand out a list of logical reasons why they are wearing the crown. The monarch says absolutely nothing. The monarch simply breathes, holds the unblinking gaze, and remains entirely, heavily seated. This is the ultimate staggering stoicism you are being called into right now. As your massive new reality solidifies and the people around you panic or project their limitations onto your timeline, your most powerful reality-bending action is absolute silence. When they doubt your new business, you do not argue. When they mock your profound peace, you do not defend it. When they tell you that your massive wealth is impossible, you do not try to show them the math. You completely withdraw your energetic participation from their script. You look at them with the profound, unshakable compassion of a creator who knows they are simply watching a delayed broadcast. You smile gently, you say nothing, and you hold your frame. Watch what happens to the physical world when you refuse to negotiate with the echo. Because the 3D world is simply you pushed out, it cannot sustain a reality that you refuse to animate. When you remain the silent monarch, the actors in your life will run out of lines. The old script will catch fire and turn to ash in their hands. Within days, sometimes within hours, you will witness a staggering, breathtaking miracle. The very people who criticized you will suddenly, inexplicably change their minds. They will magically shift their opinions to perfectly support your new timeline, completely forgetting that they ever doubted you. Or, if their frequency is simply too dense to exist in your new atmosphere, they will peacefully, effortlessly fade out of your physical experience entirely, making room for a new cast of characters who already know you are the monarch. Breathe this immense, elemental normalcy completely into your physical vessel. Feel the heavy, gorgeous release of knowing you never have to convince the 3D world of anything ever again. You are not a debater. You are the dictator of the reflection. If this profound realization is rewriting the very code of your daily interactions, replacing the frantic anxiety of needing to be understood with the staggering, relaxed thrill of absolute silence, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Let this deliberate action serve as your physical anchor to this new, unbroken reality of godlike observation. Leave a like on this transmission to physically signal your absolute, relaxed authority to the unified field. And in the sacred, quiet sanctuary of the comments below, cast your unshakable decree into the collective consciousness. Type these exact words. I am the silent monarch. I do not explain my crown. Rest entirely in this magnificent, unyielding ownership. You are completely safe. The reflection has no choice but to adjust to your silence. Allow your eyes to gently soften or let them completely close as we move into the deepest, most profound physical integration of this entire transmission. Draw your quiet awareness entirely away from the frantic, demanding faces of the physical world. Pull your attention back from the edges of the room, back from the distant, spinning conversations of the old timeline, and let it rest entirely in the heavy, expanding, unshakable center of your own chest. Take a very slow, very deliberate breath in through your nose. Feel the cool air traveling down, entirely filling the deepest chambers of your lungs with the pure, blinding light of your own isolated sovereignty. And as you let the air slowly leave your vessel, command every single muscle in your body to completely and utterly release the exhausting, agonizing urge to explain yourself to the mirror. You have recognized the profound illusion of the separate other. You have remembered that the people around you are simply phantom figures, mechanical echoes of your own past doubts. You have mastered the breathtaking stoicism of the silent monarch. Now, we must permanently anchor this detachment into your physical nervous system. We must perform a deep, energetic integration so that when the 3D cast of characters attempts to pull you off your throne, your physical body does not tense up and your energy does not leak. We must physically reclaim the cast. I want you to visualize a massive, quiet, dimly lit theater. You are standing alone in the center of the room, looking up at a wide wooden stage. On this stage, visualize the specific people in your physical reality who have been doubting you, criticizing you, or projecting their dense limitations onto your new timeline. See them standing there perfectly still. Now, look very closely at the space between you and them. Emanating from the very center of your chest, you will see thick, glowing, heavy cords of energy reaching out and attaching directly to the figures on the stage. These cords are the invisible architecture of your own exhaustion. They are the energetic lines of defense you cast out every single time you tried to convince them of your worth. Every time you argued, every time you desperately sought their validation, and every time you lowered your frequency to explain your crown, you sent your godlike life force through these cords, animating the very phantoms that are exhausting you. The old, exhausted character believes they must pull these cords, fight with these cords, and desperately try to maneuver the puppets into a position of agreement. But you are a master, and the master knows that to win the game, you simply stop funding the opponent. I want you to take a slow, massive, deeply intentional breath directly into the center of your chest. As you pull the quiet air into your lungs, I want you to consciously, physically command every single one of those glowing cords to detach from the figures on the stage. Do not rip them away in anger. Simply open your hands and let them gently, perfectly dissolve. Watch the massive, blinding energy of your own life force immediately rush backward, leaving the stage and returning entirely into the vast, heavy sanctuary of your own chest. Feel the sheer, staggering volume of your power returning to its rightful owner. Notice how your ribcage physically expands as you finally reclaim the energy you have been giving away for years. Very slowly release the breath. As you exhale, look at the figures on the stage. Because you have completely withdrawn your defensive energy, because you have entirely stopped animating their doubt, the phantoms instantly freeze. They lose their color. They turn into completely blank, quiet, glowing screens, waiting perfectly for your new command. Take one more deep, expansive breath, pulling the absolute, infinite totality of your sovereignty into every single cell of your body. You are entirely untouched by their opinions. You are completely unaffected by their lagging scripts. The stage is completely quiet, and the heavy metallic grip of needing to be understood has completely vanished from your nervous system. You are the only consciousness in the room. You are the puppeteer, and you have finally, beautifully set the puppets down. If your beautiful spirit feels the undeniable, staggering reality of this physical integration, if you feel the deep, heavy, unbreakable return of your own godlike energy perfectly alive inside your chest right now, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Let this deliberate action serve as your physical anchor to this new sovereign reality. Leave a like on this transmission to signal your absolute detached capacity to the unified field. And in the sacred, quiet space of the comments below, cast your unshakable mastery into the collective consciousness. Type these exact words. I recall my light and I clear the stage. Rest entirely in this massive, radiant power. You do not need to fight the reflection. You have simply turned off the projector. Draw your gentle, heavy awareness back from the quiet, emptied stage and let it settle very softly into the steady, powerful, unbroken rhythm of your physical heartbeat. Feel the profound, unshakable architecture of your own chest. Notice the absolute, breathtaking absence of defensive tension. Notice the staggering, euphoric silence that has completely replaced the frantic, exhausting urge to argue, to convince, and to justify your own answered prayer to the external world. The desperate need to negotiate with the mirror, to lower your frequency for the phantoms, and to forcefully explain your crown has been entirely washed away. There is only this exact, magnificent second, and you are entirely, perfectly alone in your sovereignty. You are about to step back into the visible, moving world. You are about to rise from this quiet sanctuary, open your eyes, and walk back into the dense, loud timeline of your daily human existence. But you are not returning as the fragile, exhausted debater you once played. You are not returning as the terrified character, constantly seeking the permission and validation of a lagging, unconscious projection. You are returning as the silent monarch. You are returning as the unyielding master who has completely reclaimed the stage. Tomorrow, the physical sun will rise again. The unconscious matrix of the world will inevitably continue its frantic, spinning conversations. The people you pass will continue to exhaust their precious life force, desperately trying to manipulate the external reflection while completely ignoring the projector. You will watch them completely surrender their sovereign power to the heavy illusion of separation, drowning in the exhausting cycle of arguing with their own shadows. But you will never again join them in the debate. When your 3D reality places a doubting phantom directly in your path in the days to come, when the sudden criticism arrives, or when the physical world demands an explanation for your absolute peace, you will not view it as a threat. You will simply smile at the profound, flawless mechanics of the delayed broadcast. You will close your eyes, you will completely drop the need to defend your size, and you will perfectly, instantly rest in the unshakable power of your own silence. You will walk through your days with the quiet, undeniable dignity of a creator who knows that they are not fighting an enemy. They are simply waiting for the reflection to catch up. You will accomplish your tasks. You will interact with your loved ones, and you will navigate the dense physical plane, but you will do so from a state of total, unbroken detachment. You will no longer endure the friction of others as a personal attack. You will completely saturate every silent, beautiful moment with the staggering confidence of a master who knows they are the only consciousness in the room. You are entirely supported, and you are completely invincible in your quietness. To ensure that this new, magnificent frequency of absolute interpersonal detachment does not simply fade away when the screen goes dark, we must perfectly anchor it into your physical reality. We must cast a final, quiet decree into the unified field, declaring your absolute sovereignty and your permanent resignation from the exhausting job of explaining yourself. I invite you to subscribe to this channel right now. Do not do it out of habit. Let this profound, simple action be a silent, eternal vow to yourself. A promise that you will never again plug your energy into the phantom figures. A vow that you will forever trust the supreme, infinite capacity of your own internal state, and allow the universe to simply rearrange the cast around you. Leave a like on this final transmission to send a physical, undeniable signal of total, sovereign silence out into the deep. Let it be the heavy, unbreakable gravity of your awareness, telling the universe that you have completely stopped fighting the echo, and you are entirely ready to hold the frame. And finally, to permanently seal this magnificent mastery of the physical world, journey into the sacred space of the comments below. Join the collective frequency of the masters who have also chosen to completely dissolve the illusion of the other today. Cast your simple, profound breath into the vastness by typing these exact words. I am the sovereign, and the mirror reflects my silence. Type it slowly. Feel the absolute, undeniable truth of those words radiating from your fingertips, dissolving every last trace of defensiveness and anxiety in your entire physical vessel. Breathe in the vast, unbroken unity of the field. Exhale the exhausting illusion of the crowded room. You are completely whole. You are perfectly unchallenged, and your beautiful, unshakable reality is finally entirely yours to command. Rest well. The reflection will learn its new lines soon enough.